This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I am joined by heavyweight contender Nick Webb over Zoom for the first time in 2021. Nick, how are you? How is life?
All good, mate. It's a bit crazy with what's going on at the minute. I live in Woking, and apparently they're doing like door-to-door like tests now. See if you got it, because there's a new level around where I live. So I was like,
Interesting times around the Nick Webb household and area. Then I haven't seen anything like that around where I live, so Tom will tell you if we have to deal with anything like that as well. But let's get into some boxing talk, Nick. Last time we spoke was at the beginning of the year, and you just kind of waiting to meet up with your management team to discuss your plans for 2021. Now that meeting has happened, I'm sure you've had a couple more since. What have you discussed, and what are your plans moving into the remainder of what's left in 2021? Well, 11 months ahead.
I'm just basically my manager wants me down at a certain weight, and so I'm gonna fight around 116, 118 kilos. So he was wanting me down for that and basically be ready for the end of February. So I'm nearly there already. You can see I'm there, mate. I've been on it, been training hard, been doing my sprints, been sparring, so I'm ready to go.
Nick, have you got names in mind that you would like to step into the ring with? Is there anybody in particular?
Anyone really, like domestic level. I want a British title fight. So whoever's there to have it, I'm ready to take it.
I know he isn't a British and the title wouldn't be on the line, but one man who you previously said was Alen Babic, if a fight could be agreed. I actually did an interview with Alen at the beginning of this year. He said they offered you the fight and you turned it down on numerous occasions. Could you just kind of elaborate on that?
If they haven't talked to me directly, but they would have talked to my manager, and they're obvious they must have just not been offered any money at all, and like the terms, or maybe it was like short notice. If we want, I'd fight Babic any day. Just give me some notice and then we fight, no problem.
Do you think that's? I know he's got a shoulder injury at the minute and he's recovering from surgery, but is that a fight you see as a realistic possibility once he returns to the ring in the latter part of this year?
Yeah, I have no problem to fight Babic if that's what's on the table, and that's a good fight to have, and no problem to have that at all.
Nick, you've been one of the unfortunate ones where, despite you being a well-known name, certainly across the British circuit, you haven't been able to get out through this pandemic. How frustrating has that been? And are you feeling a pressure now to kind of jump in and take the first opportunity that does present itself this year?
Yeah, I think, people that's in my sort of position, I think we're itching to fight. So, like you said, it's a catch-22. Like, there's no more waiting around. I've been training hard and I've just had a year of nothing. Like, COVID's took a year away from my career, basically. So I need to fight and I want to fight. And so if I have to take something that's not, that's not in my favour, then I'm going to have to take it.
There's a number of names that could be mentioned to you for possible fights. You got Nathan Gorman, who's coming back, Daniel Dubois on the back of his Usyk-Joyce defeat. I know you would have liked to have faced Dave Allen before his retirement, but again, just kind of when you look across the British level fighters, certainly, are there any that you would love to just get into the ring with?
Well, like you said, there's some names like you just said. I think, that will be able to fight for a British title would be someone like Nathan Gorman, Fabio Wardley. Who else is up around that level? I think that's basically them two, really. So, I think it'd be out of them two, and I could fight I could step in for British title, any of them two, no problem.
As I mentioned, Dave Allen there, he announced his retirement last year. As I said, I know you'd have loved to have had that rematch. Was it a surprise to you to see Dave retire, Nick?
I think you mentioned it, we had a talk about it last time, but as I keep saying, he'll be back. Don't count him out. We'll have that rematch one day. We'll see.
If I did, I apologise. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, just moving forwards, as you mentioned, Fabio Wardley there. He's fighting soon. He's going to face Eric Molina. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a good opponent. It's a right step, right stage for him to fight that kind of opponent. I think Eric Molina's probably, quite a bit past it. I don't think Fabio have any problems with him. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think Fabio will stop him sensationally.
White Povetkin 2, that will be the headline fight for that show. What do you make of it this time round, Nick? And how much pressure do you see there being on Dillian White to overcome Alexander Povetkin this time round?
I think there's a hell of a lot of pressure on him. But I think he's going to thrive with that pressure. He's been training hard. He's been out in camp for about 6 months since, isn't he? Since that loss, he's been out in camping. I don't know where he is, in Spain or something like that. He's been there the whole time training. So I can't see him losing. But there's a hell of a lot of pressure on him because, if he does lose, where does he go?
Joyce, Alexander Usyk, it's been talked about a lot. It seems to be that we could well see that this year. Nick, just your thoughts, if that one is all kind of secured and agreed, Joyce versus Alexander Usyk, how does it play out?
That's a very good fight, and they've got bad blood. They fought each other in the amateurs. I think Usyk got the win last time, so Joyce be looking to revenge that. I think over 10, 12 rounds, I think Joyce wins that just on sheer perseverance, and he's a juggernaut. He'll keep coming forward.
And final fight, Nick, I just want to quickly get your thoughts on Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. We're all hopeful that we see that undisputed bout this year. It would be amazing if we can have fans there with that in mind as well. Just your thoughts, though. It goes down. Who comes out on top in your eyes, Nick?
It's a tough one. I like both men. I just think at the moment, from last fights, Joshua had a great last fight, and so did Fury. But Fury had the most, look-wise, you think, damn, he's unstoppable at the minute. So going on their last fights, I would say Fury.
Right, Nick, just before I leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening and get ready for another day's training tomorrow, for everybody who's going to tune in and follow your career this year, for hopefully what will be a better year for your career this year on the back of
a better year. Must be a better year than nothing, eh?
I think everybody would hope so, certainly, Nick. But for everybody who will continue to follow you this year, what would you like to say to them?
Keep following the journey. I'm coming off that Alma Boxer win, so, I'm on the up. So I've been training hard. I'm ready to show you all what I've been doing.
Nick, best of luck with the rest of your preparations. Hopefully we do have some fight news for you soon and fight news that we can discuss with you soon. Thank you for your time as always, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Man. Lovely. Wicked.